Hello class, welcome to class 6th of economics of chapter 2 indicators of growth and development. Today in this class we will wind up the chapter and this will be your last class for chapter number 2. Which we are going to cover is fourth indicator of development. Fourth indicator, that is Human Development Index. Now, what is Human Development Index? This is the fourth indicator. First we saw national income as indicator, then we saw per capita income as indicator, and then we saw physical quality of life index as an indicator of human development. Now we will see the last indicator, that is fourth indicator, Human Development Index. The most recent indicator of development is Human Development Index, means the latest indicator. Now in trending year, the Human Development Index has emerged. United Nations Development Program presented the Human Development Report in 1990. Human Development Program report came in 1990. In that report, Human Development Index was presented as measurement of development. In that report, what was there? That Human Development Index will be used as measurement of development. Along with economic aspects of measurement, Human Development Index emphasize more on non-economic aspects too. Means here non-economic aspect is also added. Indian economists too contributed in evolving the Human Development Index on the basis of evaluation made regarding the development efforts in different countries. In this Human Development Index, our Indian economist also has contributed. Improvements were introduced in year 2010 in minimum and maximum values which were used to measure Human Development Index since 1990. Means improvement were started from 2010 and measurement was introduced in 1990 by Human Development Report in United Nations Development Program. Now, determinants of Human Development Index. In physical quality of life index, also we saw the three determinants, that was literacy rate, second one was infant mortality rate, and third one was life expectancy rate. So the same way here for Human Development Index we have three determinants or three factors which will make human development study simple and easier. So let us see the three indicators. First of all, this index have a average is taken same as the in physical quality life index we took the average, same way here also average is taken. Then here the indicators are life expectancy, educational achievement and income data. So things which included here is, first is life expectancy, second is knowledge, literacy or education, and third good standard of living. Now what is life expectancy? In PQLI also we saw that life expectancy means what is the expected number of year a person will live at the time of birth of population of country determines the value. It is less than 50 years that country is said to be deficient in health. Higher the life expectancy, better the Human Development Index. Means Life expectancy means in previous class we learned that number of years a child is expected to live at the time of birth is known as life expectancy. Means at the time of birth how much that child will live is considered as life expectancy. And nowadays life expectancy is getting very less. First, in earlier days normal human being used to live up to 80 years. Then with a passage of time 70 years life expectancy. Now almost between 70 to 80% dies. So life expectancy means number of years a person lives according to a population, and it is considering if life expectancy is high, then human development index will also be high. Now knowledge. To know the quantum of knowledge, adult literacy in percent is calculated. Means adult literacy is considered in terms of percentage. People in age group 15 years and above are included. Now 15 years and above only are included in this literacy. Two aspects are included in this: number of years of schooling and expected year of schooling. Means first number of years you went to the school and expected number of years. Means say for example expected number of years is 15 years and you went only for 10 years. So this two criteria is taken, and the gap between expected and actual number of schooling is taken to derive the value. Now this difference of 5 years is taken to know the value of literacy. Third standard is good standard of living. Now how you will determine the good standard of living? Standard of living refers to the availability of pure drinking water, medical service, good sanitization, infant mortality rate. See, this infant mortality rate was an indicator of physical quality of life index. Here it is covered. Beyond that, pure drinking water is there, medical service is there, sanitization is there, percentage of undernutrition or malnutrition children. Means children are not given a nutrition food. Per capita calorie availability per day, mortality rate of infant below 5 years of age, protein and fat availability, etc. are considered, which depends on the income. Income index is that in which per capita gross national income is measured on basis of, here this new term is there, income index. Now what is income index? Income index is that in which per capita gross national income is measured on basis of purchase power parity. I told you purchase power parity means, in previous video I have told you that in US by $1 we are able to buy 500 ml of milk, while in India we require 30 rupees for buying 5 ml of milk. This is purchasing power parity, means money has its own value. So when national income is considered on basis of purchasing power parity, then it will be considered as income index, and this income index is considered in good standard of living. Income index will be high when purchasing power parity will be high. Okay, and in PQLI we considered the 10 points also to measure consumption of 10 points. In that, food was there, health and medical service was there, housing and clothing was there. So this all the points of PQLI is covered, and beyond that this income index is also covered. So we can say that human development index is better when compared with PQLI. Now what are the important aspects which we are going to see in human development index? First thing is, it is given only a one grade, means all these three, life expectancy is given one grade, knowledge is given one grade, and good standard of living is given 1 grade. Now, can you recall that in physical quality of life index, we gave them 100 grades. In that, 100 grades was given, and here only 1 grade is given. The value of Human Development Index range from 0 to 1. Here 0 to 1 range is there, and in PQLI range was from 0 to 100. In that it was from 0 to 100. Then the country whose Human Development Index is closer to 1 is considered as more developed and it gets higher ranking. The countries whose Human Development Index is farther from 1 means away from 1 means nearer to 0. Near to 0, then it is considered as less developed and will get lower ranking in Human Development Index. In 2014, Norway was ranked number 1 with 0.9944 means it is near to 1. And India got rank. India's Human Development Index was 0.609 and ranked 130 among 188 countries. First rank was for Norway with Human Development Index of 0.944, and our India was ranked at 130 with Human Development Index of 0.609. This things is important. This is asked in 1 mark or in MCQ. Now next point is Human Development Indicators for some countries of the world, that is Human Development Report of 2015. Now report of 2014-15, report was of 2014 and was published in year 2015, which shows that some of the countries rank of Human Development Index. See, it was survey of 14-15 and published in it was survey of 2014 and published in year 2015. And countries which are covered are Norway, America, China, India, Pakistan and Niger. Niger means Nigeria. Now their rank are given. First rank was of Norway with 0.994 Human Development Index, and India's rank was 130 with 0.609 Human Development Index, and at last total 188 countries were there. At last Niger was there with a lowest rank of 0.348. Okay, this is per capita income in contrast with purchasing power parity. This is average life expectancy at the time of birth. This is expected year of schooling, and this is average number of schooling. On basis of this all, you get the rank. Particular country get the rank. All these are given a grade between 0 to 1. According to Human Development Index of 2015, which include total 188 countries and classified into 4 on basis of human development, means there was given 4 grade. 4 grade, how 4 grade was given? First first rank to 49th rank countries were there, then 50th rank to 105th rank countries were there, then country with 106 to 143rd rank were there, and then 144th to 188th rank were there. If country is having rank between 1 to 49, their index was up to from 1 to 0.890. If country is falling between 50 to 105 rank, then their Human Development Index will be between 0.890 to 0.735. If country is falling between 106 to 143 rank, then its index will be human development index will be 0.735 to 0.614 in between this. If country's rank is 144 or between 188, then country's human development index will be falling between 0.614 to 0.493. Okay, I hope it is clear to you all. Now country is said to have highest when they have this much rank, highest, then high, only high when they have this much rank, human development index, moderate when they have this much index, and low when they have this much human development index. Now what conclusion we can derive from all this chart, from all this table? What conclusion we can derive? We can derive conclusion is Norway is ranked first with 0.994 human development index. India is ranked 30 among 188 countries with 0.609 index. India is having moderate human development countries, and because of human development index is moderate, that's why. And Niger in the continent of Africa, Niger is in Africa with the last ranking, that is human development index is 0.348. Now what are the important aspects? What is its importance? Why human development index is important? We can say it is advantage also. Human development index is a complete as it not only takes economic factor but also social factor by giving importance to education and health. Means economic factor plus social factor is taken, so it is a good indicator. Human development index indicate the policy maker that economic development is only a tool, but the ultimate objective is only human welfare. Means along with development, human welfare is also focused. Along with development, human well-being is also seen. When true progress occur, when there is economic progress and social progress. Means in human development index, both this progress is focused upon. Human development index is functional. A rise in human development ranking indicates health and education have improved in the country. Means if human development index ranking is increasing, then we can come to know that health and education facility is also improved. This is all its importance, or we can say advantage. Then fifth one, developing country get an idea as where there is scope for development and in which direction should the government work by looking into human development index. Means particularly developing countries can see that okay, where there is a lacking, and in that lacking they can come with an improved plan for the improvement. Then human development is progressive approach. It is progressive approach. It focus on the progress. It is not saying the lacking. If he is saying the lacking, then lacking is improved by taking a corrective measures. Now what is the limitation? Everything has its own limitation along with advantage. Only 3 social indicators are included, which is less. Other social indicators should have been included. Means here only 3 indicators we are taking, that is life expectancy. First one is life expectancy, second one is knowledge or literacy. Then we are taking knowledge or literacy. Then we are taking only good standard of living. So only we are taking 3 indicators and that 3 indicators are not sufficient, then all 3 indicators are given equal weightage, but in reality the different situation different indicators become important, means equal weightage is given. In PQLI also we saw the same thing, that only 3 indicators are taken and equal weightage is given. So here also the same limitation is there. Human Development Index is not an absolute expression, it only shows the relative progress is compared as it compares one country with the other. Means it is not an absolute expression, means Human Development Index cannot stand itself alone. Human Development Index is compared with two countries, so it is relative measure, relative progress, it is not absolute progress. Other than Human Development Index, we have Gender Development Index, Human Poverty Index, Technological Achievement Index, Human Consumer Index, and such other indicators are also used as an development tool to measure development tool. This was all about today's class. In today's class, we learned the last indicator, that was Human Development Index. In Human Development Index, first we saw that United Nations Development Program, the report came, and in that report Human Development Index was highlighted to take as an indicator, and Indian economists also contributed in it. Then we saw the 3 determinants or 3 factors that were life expectancy, then literacy or education, and standard of living of people. Then we saw important aspects. Which important aspect we should cover? That was that grade is given from 1 to 1 only. It ranges from 0 to 1. Then we saw the different we saw the table with different countries, India, Norway, and last one was Niger. In that we draw the conclusion. Conclusion was that India is at 130th rank, Norway is at first, and Niger is at last. And then we saw the importance of Human Development Index, and at last we saw the limitation. Hereby we wind up the class, our chapter number 2, that is indicators of growth and development. If you have any doubt and queries, then you are most welcome in our online session of doubt clearing, and I request you to cover the exercise from textbook page number 26. Question number 1 is there, MCQ. On page number 27, question number 2, 3 and 4, and on page number 28, question number 5 plus glossary. Okay, this thing you are supposed to cover. Now I would like to give you the weightage of this chapter. This chapter in exam total of 9 marks. Total of 9 marks. Then 1 mark, 1 question will be there, MCQ basically. Then again 1 mark, 1 question, that is 1 sentence. Then 2 marks, 2 questions, and 3 marks, 1 question will be there. Okay, so this will make total 1 mark, this will make total 1 mark, this will make total 6 marks and 3 marks. So here 6 plus 3, 9. 2 2s are 4, sorry, 2 2s are 4. So 3 plus 4, 7, 8 and 9. So total 9 marks will be there in your exam. I hope the things are clear to you, and hereby we complete our second chapter of economics, indicators of growth and development. So thank you class.